it in just a couple of seconds, 20 seconds to go. It's game 1, Dry Arabia. First game in the matchup between NaBs boys and the old boys. It's going to be their first match. In case you guys are wondering, you can actually see it in my overlay right now. You can take a look at the group, see what other teams are in this tournament, what other teams are playing right now as well. And do keep in mind, after this match, there will be 2 more matches today, if I'm not mistaken. One of them, at least, is going to be streamed. The other one, if it's not going to be streamed, we will be able to stream the recorded games. So just stay tuned to afczone.net, where you will learn about everything that you need to know about this tournament. This is Wonder having a little bit of a problem here, trying to get rid of the scout here from Mr. Eyes. Maybe he will lose a villager, considering that there's a scout right there on 3+2 already. And that scout is trying to avoid Wonder, trying to keep Wonder from closing completely. Looks like he will be lucky with it, though. He will be able to close completely. That means the scouts from Mr. Eyes are not going to be very effective as far as I can see. He needs to be really fast with it, though. Yeah, looks to me like he will be able to do it just on time. Nothing problematic from him. Let's take a look at what is happening right here on the right side. And looks like we got Zupi. That's Loiza. Sorry about that. Loiza is trying to drush. He will be trying to stop green player from completely walling. He was trying to do that. I do wonder why he's losing so much time right here. There's nothing to do right there, Loiza. Just go somewhere else. Try to get a villager. Green player still trying to completely close. There's nothing that is going to stop him at this moment. So only good thing for him. Looks like Loiza is inside the Chinese team. That looks to me like it's trying to completely wall. You can see right here on my mini map that they're doing this already. Only the Spanish player right here on the left side is not completely walled so far. And Paladin, Mr. Ice here still needs a little bit more work to do in order to close himself completely. And as far as I can see, looks like Lois is just going to move to the pocket. That's something very good. I'm not sure if the pocket is expecting this. He sort of is. He's getting the barracks laid down, but the woodline is still completely free and open for Lois to go there and just take a couple of villagers. On the other hand, looks like Mr. Ice went right here for Zupi. Zupi was able to wall himself completely though, so he will be fine. Nothing wrong with him. And at this moment, looks like Loiza could be able to do some nice damage right here. He's chasing one of these villagers. Green player is there with his drush as well. So looks like purple will be fine for the time being. Loiza's just lost his scout, so there's nothing he can do against the drush and the Neagle warrior. He'll be trying to fight it, but I would assume there's no micro possible in this case when there's so many more units from your opponent. He was doing good so far. It's a 3v2 situation. But there's nothing he can do once the Eagle Warrior is there and is trying to do the damage. On the left side, looks like we've got a very heavy rush right here from the red player. He went for towers, he went for men-at-arms, trying everything he can to get to Pike, but Pike is completely walled as far as I can see. He will be, I don't think this tower is going to hit him, or even if it does, Pike can just reallocate with no problem. And I can see that the coinage is going up from Wonder, so Wonder is going to be the one slinging. I do wonder who exactly is he going to be slinging. Is it going to be Pike? Maybe it is going to be Pike. We'll have to wait a little bit more in order to understand that. We'll have to go to the achievements very soon to try to understand that. Looks like Pike is trying to stop the tower from going up here. There's nothing that he can do in order to stop it. He will go for Market and Blacksmith. That sort of indicates that he will try to go for Conquistadors. Is that right? That would be my guess, but he does not have anyone on stone, so probably not, Anyway, laying down a blacksmith clearly indicates that he wants to go up to Castle Age, or at least that's what that would indicate for me, and we'll go very fast into the achievements to try to understand who is Wonder slinging. So Wonder is slinging Loiza. Wonder is slinging the other side of the map. I'm not sure I like this very much. That means that Wonder and Loiza, Wonder and Pike need to protect themselves really well. In the meantime, looks like Spanish player, that's Lix. He's going to be trying to spread a couple more towers, and this one could actually be a very good one. Pike is trying to deny it, but he won't be able to do that because there's a man-at-arms right there. Really hard for him to actually do anything about that. And I really am afraid, I'm not sure that Pike is going to be safe. He's stonewalling right here. That's not going to be a problem to stonewall on that side. But what about the left side? He does need to do something about the left side as well. At least I do feel like. We'll try to understand if the Chinese team is doing any kind of sling. There's nothing going on the Chinese team so far, at least. We've got a couple of players going up to Castle H. It's going to be Hingwa, the first one to reach Castle H. You can take a look at that right here on the top right side of my screen. You can see all the researches being made right now from every single player in the game. And in case you guys are not familiar with this spectator overlay, this is a new thing. It's a very new, brand new feature that has been brought to us by a couple of volunteers, a couple of community members, and we thank them so much. It has been Happy Leaves and PKZ who were able to do this incredible new features. So helpful, especially for streamers, but also for people watching a stream, of course. Very, very helpful, and we thank them so much for this. The tower is going to go up, but Wonder was able to react in the perfect manner, moving away with his villagers, making sure there's nothing that is going to hit him from those towers. Pike, in the meanwhile, tried a stonewall here, the left side as well. I do like this a lot more. Looks like the right side is completely stonewalled by now, and the left side was missing, but seems like it's going to be okay from him. He's got a couple of villagers on gold, so maybe, is he going... What exactly is Pike going to do? I'm a little bit left wondering what is going to be his... Yeah, he's going to sling as well, so that's what I was thinking. I just don't understand why exactly way to go for the blacksmith if he wants to sling. But anyway, he's going to be slinging Loiza, apparently, so it's going to be a double sling on Loiza. Looks like it's all on Loiza, and you can see from the flaring here of the Chinese team that they wonder about this spot, and you know exactly why. It's only palisade walls right there. That means that spot is quite vulnerable, and that's where Loiza should try to go straight ahead. I feel like he's going for a siege workshop right here on the right side. He wants to start attacking green players fast as possible. Green player is on Castle Age, but looks like he still does not have enough wood for a castle, enough stone for a castle, that is. He does have it now. He's going to drop a castle right here. Is Loiza able to see this? Let me go into his point of view. Yeah, he cannot see that the castle is going up there, so it looks like he will be trying to push from the wrong side, I'm afraid. Maybe this mangonel can, maybe he can deliver a couple of shots. I'm not sure he can do that. No, sir, that is not going to happen. Unfortunately for Loiza, he does not see this spot of the map right here. There's only palisades, but maybe he'll try to go for the red player. That would be a very nice option at this point. He's still not completely walled, as you can see. He's trying to do that just now, but it's only palisades, so that could be still a very huge problem for him. Trying to understand where is Loiza going with his army. Looks like he was just able to spot right now this castle. He won't be able to stop it, I feel like. Looks like there's not enough range to hit the villagers, and maybe there is, but even though, there's really not much he can do. There's too many villagers trying to build that castle. It will go up sooner or later. Loiza trying to find a spot to hit right here. He will go from the left side. Nothing he can do. Yet nothing he can do on gray. His only target at this point would be red, and red seems to be open right here. This is the chance that Loiza needs. I'm not sure if he's trying to go that direction. That would be his only option to actually get something done here. Nah, going the wrong direction in my opinion. I don't think there's an opening right there, unfortunately for him. He really needs to do some kind of damage. He's getting a double sling. He needs to do damage. If he does not do that, that means his team will be so far behind. Trying to push from the left side as well. That castle is still not up. Looks like he was able to delay it a little bit. But now there's Hans. That's Hingwa. There's Hingwa there to try to stop Loiza. He will be able to take this mangonel right here. Probably the ram as well. Slight pause in the game, hopefully not a drop. We would hate to see a drop coming once more. That would be not good. I will take this opportunity to take a look at the sling. Yeah, it's still Pike and Wonder slinging Loiza. There's no sling going on the Chinese team as far as I can see. No sling going on. Most of their players are on Castle Age already. Only red player missing. Red player about to reach it. And this is indeed, oh, unfortunate for Loiza right here. Looks like red was able to spot that hole between the tree lines. So it looks like Loiza will be fighting to get a spot to hit here. It's only palisades though. That would be his only option here, to try to break the palisades. And if he actually splits his army effectively, he's got a whole lot of knights right here. He would be actually able to get in. Now, let me take a look. Hopefully not a drop. Hopefully still everyone in the game room. Looks like, yeah, looks like nope. A couple of people coming back, I'm afraid. Wonder coming back, Pike coming back. Hopefully it's not a drop. Hopefully we're still good. If it just happened to tune in to the... Yep, one of them is gone. One of them is gone. Unfortunately, we will need to go back. Hurts my heart to say this, but yep, it's a drop, guys. It's a drop, I'm afraid. So yeah, there's no point staying in the game. I will just need to go back. And wait for the players to come back as well. There was a drop from the Chinese player, unfortunately. Oh, looks like we've got a Chinese player here who can speak very well English. That's very good for us. Apparently, all the players are back in the game room. We're missing only Loisa. It's just upped himself, so looks like we will be able to restart this game and try to get it done. We're halfway into feudal age. Many of the players are reaching castle age on the Chinese team. We've got 2 players slinging. On the NaBs boys team, that's going to be Wonder and Pike. Pike had a very rough start in this game. He was down 2 boars. Needed to wall himself up very early on into the game, but has managed to sort of recover. Looks like he's in a good spot right now. Needs to rely on Loisa to do some decent damage, something that he was not able to do so far. The Chinese team is completely walled. Only red player does not have stone walls. So that's the only place where Loisa could try to hit. Unfortunately for him and for his team, he still was not able to spot that. So it could still take a while until he starts attacking him. Game full once more. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Just start this. Please tell me there's no FPs and everything's going to go fine. hopefully they do get this done. They do get this fixed. We want to see the first game. We want to see it finished. Or we want to see it go. Start altogether. So unfortunately, nothing has been fixed. Looks like Xiao Xiong and Zupi still having a couple of trouble. Still trying to connect to each other. Not have been successful so far. Looks like we need to wait a little bit longer. In case you just joined the stream, welcome. You're very welcome to the stream. We are inside the first game. We just had a drop. Looks like the players are feeling a little bit of lag, or quite a lot of lag, to be fair. Looks like that's what Loiza was just saying a couple of seconds ago. And there was a drop. They needed to go back, and they're trying to fix the issues. And hopefully, we will be able to restart, or sort of restore the game that was running. It's the first game, Dry Arabia, on the matchup between Nadia's boys and Old Boys. This is their first match on this brand new tournament, Clan Masters Invitational tournament, a team game tournament for 8 teams that have been invited. Yeah, Liza trying to get at me here. Yeah, so hopefully this is going to work out. I do know what Lois is saying here. It's only a best of 5 though. I did have to go at some point, but there's still a whole lot of time for that. So hopefully I'll be able to cover everything right here. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, let's be honest. But hopefully I'll be able to cover everything. Anyway, looks Zupi is back. Please tell me. Please just tell me that everything is okay this time. There's no FPs and they can just start. Come on. Just tell me that. All good? Okay. So looks like we're fine. Looks like everyone is connecting. They just need to change the restore file. Come on, boys. Okay, they're still looking for the second, because this was the second drop, so they're looking for the second saved game file. Looks like Mr. Eyes here has got what it needs to restore the second game. Fortunately, he was able to save it, despite the drop. So right now, they only need to wait until the file is there for everybody else, and then we will be able to restore the game. It's still game 1. And I shall be right back with you guys once they actually launch the game. Okay, people. Looks like everything is looking better now. The game is just about to start. There's 1 minute to go. Fortunately, they were able to restore this game. Please, let's all pray together that we won't have any other drop. We want to see the games played. And it's going to be game 1. We're still on game 1. It's going to be Dry Arabia. We are halfway to Castle Age by with most players. Most of the Chinese players were able to reach Castle Age. Only 1 player missing. On the NaBs boys team, we've got 2 players slinging. That's Wonder and that's Pike. They're double slinging Loiza. Loiza playing with Hans, if I'm not mistaken. And he's trying to do the damage, but there's no spot to hit at this moment. The Chinese team is completely wild. Only 1 player is only Palisade wild. So that's the only hope for the NaBs boys at this point. Being able to take down 1 player would be a major victory. It would be a very good thing for the NaBs boys team. But left to be seen if he will actually be able to do it. It's going to be a hard task. On the Chinese team, no sling going on as far as we could see. Maybe that could change, of course, but so far no sling going on from the Chinese team. 10 seconds to go. And let's hope that this will stay like this. And we will be able to see the games uninterrupted. Let's wait. Here we go. We're inside the game. Hopefully it's going to stay like this. I was following Loiza, but is this a right? Yeah, I think this is the right restore. Yeah, it's the right restore. Okay, so let's try to follow what's happening right here on the left side. I'm right now on the point of view of Pike. He will be castle pushed here by Lix, but Lix has got an opening here. I could swear there's an opening right here where Loiza can just run in with the knights and try to get down a couple of villagers. Is he going to be able to see this? Yeah, but these are Spanish villagers. They work so fast. I don't think that these knights from Loiza are going to be enough to stop this castle from going up. At the same time, we've got Zupi coming in with a couple of camels. Yeah, that is not going to be enough, I'm afraid. Looks like the castle will go up. It's almost there. 3 villagers are going to go down at least. 3 villagers, maybe a 4th one if he's lucky, but the castle is going to go up, and I don't think, is it going to reach Pike's TC? If it does, that could be a problem for him, but if no fletching, I believe it's going to be fine. Yeah, it does not have fletching. I believe that castle does not reach the TC, so looks like for the time being, he will be fine. Thing that Pike is now signaling Loiza that he can go through here, and there's an opening right here that's completely open. I think this villager is trying to go there to try to stop that hole from staying there. He's got 2 villagers on the way. Here does not seem to be a hole, but here there's definitely a hole. If Supi comes in on time, he could be able to stop this, and then there's Loiza right behind it. Unfortunately for him, he was not on time. Once more, a couple of seconds too late. Actually, only a second too late. A little bit unfortunate right here for the NaBs boys team. That castle went up as well. And as far as I can see, still no fletching, but there will be conquistadors. That means that Loiza cannot stay there. He needs to run back with the knights. And he just does not have a spot to hit. There's no chance of getting in. There's stone walls all the way across the map from the China team. Only Lix has palisade walls. So that would be his only opportunity to try to get in. But it's going to be really tough. He's still quite far away from that spot, and I do wonder what is he going to try to do. We'll try to follow the knights here from Loiza while keeping a look at what is Loiza doing here on the other side. He's trying, yeah, it looks like Pike is going to stonewall even more here from the front side to make sure that no Imperial Age has been clicked by Loiza, to make sure that no petards will try to surprise him right there. Yeah, I hope for the United Boys team that Loisa does not try to lose any time trying to take down that castle. I hope for him that he tries to go for Licks. Licks is going to be his only opportunity here to do something meaningful. I will try to check the sling. Yeah, it's only sling from the Nadia's boys. Oh, we could see a very slight sling right here. So looks like Mayan, the main player for the Chinese team, is slinging Hinghua a little bit. Hinghua is going to be the hunt on the Chinese team. He's still on Castle H, seems to be having a rather nice boom. He's got 3 TC ups as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, there's 3 TC ups. And maybe that is going to be what they're trying to do. Xinghua trying to wall a little bit more right here on the left side. It wasn't really necessary, but he's still trying to do it. A couple of walls trying to go up here from Licks. Loisa will be able to stop these walls right here, but what about the rest? Yeah, Loisa really needs to try to go in. If he manages to get those knights inside Lix's base, that would be so good for him. There's only 1 TC. There's really not much stopping Loisa from completely destroying him with those knights. So let's try to understand if Loisa is going to try to do that. For the time being, he can be happy with just killing those villagers right here. He can do a kill right here. He can try to kill the other one. Moving into the right direction. Lix is going to start stonewalling. There's quite a lot of stonewalling to do here. I feel like Loisa could be able to stop this. I'm going to go into his point of view and try to understand if he can see that there's not stone walls all the way across. I think that he will be assuming that there are only stone walls, but that's not the case, Loisa. I hope for him that he actually takes a look at the left side, because there's no stone walls for the time being right there. They will be there though. If he does not act accordingly, if he does not act fast, he will be missing them. He will be facing stone walls only. Yeah, unfortunately, looks like that is going to be the case. Lix is probably just going to wall behind that market as well. Even though, yeah, no, he's not yet. That's what he's going to do. He's going to try and wall just behind that market. He needs to do that a little bit faster. Loisa's got a very short window of opportunity right here. He needs to be a little bit faster. There's nothing he can do, of course. It's only knights. He can't control the speed of those attacking knights. So we'll need to go a little bit back with the speed. Looks like the game is still lagging a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, looks like the lag could be helping Loisa, though. Only 1 tile missing there in between. Yep, looks like Loisa won't be fast enough. I think that Lix is going to be able to complete those walls in time. Unfortunately here for the Nadia's Boys team. Taking a look at the dashboard, it's green player. He's playing as the Mayans. He's going to start slinging heavily. Hinghua, that's Paladin. Paladin playing with the Hunts. He will be having a very nice amount of knights as well. Looks like he's trying to raid Loisa right here on the right side of Nadia's Boys team. Lois is the one getting sling as well, so he won't be too bothered about that. Market is down, but he wasn't fast enough. His only opportunity are the top and left side, but then again, even that is not going to be enough. Maybe if he gets down this house, he could still try to get the other house, and yeah, but Lix is not going to allow you. Unfortunately for Loisa here, he won't have a chance of doing anything with this sling. He's getting a double sling and not doing anything with it, so a little bit of a bad situation here for the Nadia's Boys team as far as I can see. They've got 2 players that are pretty much wasted. That's going to be Pike, and that is going to be Wonder. Both players only slinging, and the sling wasn't able to do any kind of damage whatsoever. Red player still pretty much alive. He didn't lose any economy whatsoever. The only good thing is very delayed. You can take a look at the populations. Pretty much the same as Pike. He is in Castle Age, though. He can start booming a little bit faster. And unfortunately for Loisa, no chance of getting inside. I think we just checked it before right here. Everything is closed. Unfortunately for Loisa, no chance of getting in.
King of the losers!
And the sling a little bit wasted here for the Nadia's Boys team. Let's try to understand what is Hinghua going to be able to do with those knights. He's right now on the economy Azupi. Zupi's still on Castle Age. I think he's not getting in a sling, and as far as I can see, he's only got a couple of camels, got a couple of monks as well. Maybe those are going to be enough, but I do fear for him. Once Paladin gets to Imperial Age, he still wasn't able to click it. He's still only on Castle Age, but once he gets to Imperial Age, and he will be there before Zupi, I would assume, because he's getting a sling. Maybe at that point, you will be having a very hard time trying to stop him. Trying to keep track of the knights from Loisa, still wandering around the map. There's nothing he could do on the left side. Nothing he can do on the right side either. We'll try to find a hole somewhere in here. I'm quite sure I won't be able to find one. Yeah, unfortunately for them, there's no hole anywhere to be found. So maybe the only opportunity would be to go heavy siege, and that's what Lois is going to do right here on the right side of the map. Unfortunately for him, Xiaoxiong is sort of expecting this. He's laying a second layer of stone wall, making sure he will be very safe for the time being.
All hail, king of the losers!
Yeah, the lag seems to be very, very real, unfortunately. I'm going to assume that the players are feeling it as well. It's not only me. Players are feeling the lag, and this makes the games a little bit, yeah, just very slow paced. And keeps the players a little bit demotivated. Let's try to understand if they will try to finish this game. We're going to try to go to Vulby US after this game, but unfortunately, it looks like Vulby US is down at this moment. That makes things a little bit harder even. Lois is just about to reach Imperial Age. I'm gonna keep us on his point of view. His number of villagers is of course very low, but he's getting a double sling. So that's what his economy is coming from. In the same time here on the left side of the map, nothing could be done to stop Licks from completely walling, and nothing can be done on Mr. Eyes either. Looks like he will be opening these walls right now, but of course Lloyd is not there to see it, so he will be missing it, unfortunately. Castle going up here for the Mongols as well. I guess we can try to take a look at the villager count. Paladin with the best boom so far in the game. He's got 85 villagers. Zupi follow him close by with 81. And these are the players that could be trying to make a difference here. Loiza wasn't able to do so, unfortunately for this team. Walls everywhere made sure that he wasn't able to do anything meaningful with that double sling. Looked like this is going to be the spot where Loiza is going to try and hit. He was just scouting a little bit with that knight. He was able to see, even though, yeah, it's hard to see, but there's a double stone wall here as well, so it's going to be very hard to push in there. He's bringing the rams in that direction. He's making that cap ram upgrade as well. He will be looking into making the siege ram upgrade. That's going to be so important. Unfortunately for him, okay, looks like the game is running a little bit smoother. I'll try to increase the speed, and hopefully from now on the game will be running just fine. Here at the same time, looks like there's Licks trying to push into Pike, so he needs to have one of his teammates coming there on the left side. Okay, are they going to go? Yeah, I think it's going to be a save again. Not happy to say it, but looks to me like it's going to be a save again. We'll try to go into the game room, try to understand, are they there? Or are they going to save? Yep, they're back. They're not playing anymore, so let's go back, people. Hurts my heart to say, but yeah. We're back here into the game room. A little bit of trash talking to cheer you guys up. I want to cheer myself up in this case. Unfortunately, it looks like the save game file is lost, or maybe not, since they're actually launching the game, so maybe it looks like the save file is there. They might as well just try to launch from the old save. Even though, at that point, red player was not stonewalled, at this point he is stonewalled. So I would be very surprised if the Chinese guys accept to launch from the old save file. I'm not sure which one this is. We will be able to find out very soon. Anyway, we're going to try, guys. We're going to try. It's the 4th try in order to get the first game finished. It's Dry Arabia on the matchup between Nadia's boys and Old Boys. Okay. Game is about to launch. 1 minute 30 to go. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be the try where we actually get to see the game played from beginning to the end? Well, from middle to the end, to be fair. The game has the game has started like 2 hours ago. We're still yeah, like 30 minutes? Is it 35 minutes game time now? Something like that. So I think it's fair to say we've got a couple of delays here. We'll try to stream this game. Let's see if this is going to work this time. 4th try on the game, Nadia's boys against Old Boys. At this point in the game, it looks to me like the Chinese team has got the major advantage so far. They were able to not suffer any kind of damage from a double slaying happening from the Nadia's boys team. Pike and Wonder were double slinging Loiza. Loiza wasn't able to do anything whatsoever with his knights. He's still trying to do something meaningful, was not able to do so. There's not a chance that he will actually be able to do so at this point. And on the very negative side for them, looks like Pike is getting pushed right here from the left side, from the right side as well. This TC won't be able to survive much longer. There's a mangonel from Mr. Licks firing at that TC. I do see that the Nadia's boys team has just took the score lead, but please don't get fooled by that. There's really nothing going for in their favor so far. Loiza is in a very good spot, that's true, but he has no spot to hit. He's trying to bring his rams here to the left side. Maybe that is going to help him. I don't know. It could be hard because there's a mangonel right there from Mayas trying to stop those rams. And there's not a single ranged unit from Loiza to actually do something against that mangonel right there. There's only rams. I would assume he's going to wait for the siege ram upgrade to be finished. He's doing it right now. Yeah, there we go. We can always take a look at the top right side of my stream. There's where you can actually see where the upgrades, which upgrades are being done and how far ahead are they. Yeah, the mangonel is there trying to stop these ramps from doing anything meaningful. I guess if he waits until he's got the siege ram upgrade, maybe he can actually break in. Is he going to try it from this side? He still does not know what is happening here, but of course Paladin knows damn well what is expecting him. He will be trying to make a second layer of stone wall in that side, and at the same time we've got Zupi here. It looks like Zupi was able to clear everything that Licks had right there on the left side. On the very negative side, looks like Package just lost his CC. He's still on feudal age. He's not even on castle age. He can still rebuild his CC. He's going to make it here very close to the gold, but still going to delay that very much. And let's see if this is going to happen. Loiza trying his best right here on the right side. These are siege rams by now, but there's a whole lot of villagers from Paladin right there. He's just gonna keep walling and re-walling if that's what it takes to stop these rams. There's a mangonel from Mr. Xiao here to try and stop the siege rams from Lloyds. I'm not sure these are going to be enough. Loiza feels like those are going to be enough, so he goes back with those rams. There's nowhere else where he can actually hit it. Unfortunately, he can search all day long, and there's not really a spot where he can try to do something meaningful here. Maybe right here, but there is a castle protecting it. I guess this mangonel will just keep traveling along the rams to make sure they cannot get in anywhere. In the meanwhile, Paladin on the way on 50% roughly. Once more, you can take a look at that. Right here on the top right side of the map, that's where the researchers are being shown. Loiza trying to come here and help his teammate a little bit too. There's Hingua, that's Paladin, coming in with a couple of Cavalier. Those Cavalier are not going to be able to do anything meaningful because there's Zupi there waiting for him. And maybe this is the first time that Loiza is actually going to be able to kill something. He's going to get a couple of villagers here from Mr. Yo. I've just been told Mr. Eyes is in fact Mr. Yo. And that's the first snipe here from Loiza. Looks like he was finally able to find something right here. Mr. Yo is already on Imperial Age. He just finished Elite Mengyudai. Loiza's just finished Paladin at the same time. He's still missing the attack upgrade. But maybe, just maybe, this could be the start of a good thing for the Naughtiest Boys team. At the same time, Wonder making sure he's going to wall half of the map, half the map pretty much. He's doing a very good job at that, only missing the right side right here. Everything else is going to be walled. And let's take a look at Zupi. Zupi already on Imperial Age himself. Still no Elite Mengyudai is still on the way. This would be so good for Loiza, but he got just here caught out of position. He's gonna lose all of the siege rams, and that was his only hope to actually get something meaningful done here. I do think that at this point, with no rams, these paladins are sort of useless. He's gonna be facing Cavalier from Paladin. He's gonna be facing Elite Mengyudai for Mr. Yo, and that castle is not going to go down. Maybe if Zupi comes in with a couple of Mengyudai of his own, that could be good. At the same time, he's trying to push here from the right side. There's just nothing you can do. He's just trying to push with siege rams, and that's his only option. But Xing Swang, or, you know, that guy, the green color guy, is gonna stop him from coming inside with more and more layers of stone wall. It's going to be really hard for Loiza to get in anywhere into the map. I guess trying to kill this castle would be a nice option for him, just going in more and more. Maybe he needs to rely on Zupi to bring a couple of onagers. Zupi's not getting any sling as far as I could see, so maybe no onagers for him at this point. This fight will have to go in favor of the Chinese team, so the Naughtiest Boys team needs to get back a little bit more. Zupi went back with a Mengyudai. Loiza did not do that on time, so he just lost a whole lot of paladins right there. Unfortunate for him. The push still trying to go on right here on the right side. There's a mangonel there. I don't think a mangonel is going to be enough to kill all those rams, but the villagers are there as well, still making more and more stone walls. The castle is just about to fall. I feel like they need an onager. They need an onager from Zupi, but I guess Zupi won't have the resources at this point. I will take a look at the achievements. Let me see if anyone else is getting sling. What about Zupi? Zupi's not getting any sling, so no sling from Zupi. No sling to Zupi, only to Loiza. Loiza getting all the sling that there is going on right here on the left side of the Naughtiest Boys team. It's Wonder and Pike sling as much as they can. Pike just now reaching Castle Age. Wonder still's got a long way ahead of him. He wasn't even able to click up that Castle Age. And let's just concentrate on the right side of the map here. They need to be really careful. They do not want to let the Chinese team in with those paladins. Will they be able to stop them? Yes, they will. And this castle right here will be a very good thing for him. Loiza is sort of giving up here when it comes to trying to get in with those siege rams. He will lose these two if he does not go back with them. There's no chance for him to get in from there. This is actually quite good for him. The paladins are in, but not the Mengyudai. And this is a fight that could go very well in favor of the Naughtiest Boys team, I feel like. The Mengyudai are on the back side of the walls, so I feel like Loiza needs to go back a little bit more of this paladins, make sure that the Mengyudai cannot hit them exactly what he's doing. A whole lot of paladins still from Paladin there, but this is a fight that could go very well in favor of the Naughtiest Boys team. I feel like a couple Elite Mengyudai coming in from Zupi as well, and you can see the number of Mengyudai that already died from Paladin. Nice job here by the Naughtiest Boys team. I like this fight for them quite a lot, and the Paladins are only attacking the gates. Yep, yeah, I think this fight is very, very good here for the NaBs boys team. Let me see if this is still going to go in their favor. The Paladins from Loiza are still doing the job. There's almost no Paladins left from Hingwa here. Yeah, I was calling him Paladin all the way a couple of minutes ago, wasn't I? I'm very sorry about that. That's not Paladin. That's Love Cheng. So sorry about that. I keep confusing all those Chinese players, unfortunately. Taking a look at what's happening on the left side. Looks like Wonder wasn't able to complete his walls right here. He's still fine. He's still got walls right here, but he does want to take control of those goals. That would be very important for his team. In the meanwhile, it's still a whole lot of Mangyudai here for Mr. Yo. He does not have the support from Love Cheng, so he wants to go back a little bit more. Taking a look at the upgrades, looks like both players have got fully upgraded Elite Mangyudai. The population so much in favor of Zupi when compared to Mr. Yo, though. So this could still be a very... There's still a game, boys. There's still a game going on. Pike is up to Castle Age. I'm not sure if he's still slinging. I think... Yeah, he's still slinging. It's still him slinging. I'm not sure if Wonder is still slinging. Maybe he will be looking into going up to Castle himself. Let me see how well this fight go here. It's a very important fight. I feel like Yo is walking more than he's actually attacking, so this fight could go very well in favor of the NaBs boys team. But too many Paladins from Love Cheng means that it looks like Loiza needs to go back a little bit more. He does not want to keep fighting that, I feel like. Onagers are on the way here from Zupi. Those are not siege onagers. Yeah, it feels to me like Loiza just lost a little bit more than he actually needed to. Of course, it's very easy to speak when you're just watching. There's a whole lot of lag going on in this game, so the command lag is going to be huge. But they're still fighting, and still looks like they could win this fight, actually. Zupi's got a very nice amount of Elite Mangyudai right here. The Paladins are in favor of the Chinese team, I feel like, but Mr. Yo does not have many Elite Mangyudai left here, so looks like Zupi could be doing the damage right here. He's got a whole lot of Mangyudai still left. More and more Paladins coming in from Loiza. There's still a game here. There's certainly still a game here. I'm a little bit worried to what is going to happen to Pike here. He's still not fully stonewalled, and you can take a look at Lix. Lix is on his way to Imperial H. He'll be doing Paladins and Siege Rams. That's where things could start getting really, really ugly for the NaBs boys team. So far, they're holding on. They're holding on to the game. And they were able to push back Love Cheng and Mr. Yo. What are they going to do? Are they going to go to the other side? Not so far, not so far. That means that this is the opportunity for Loiza and Zupi to start pushing here. They need a couple of siege rams. There's no push happening from this side. Looks like Loiza just completely gave up on that. I think that does not seem to be very good for the NaBs boys team either. I see a very healthy amount of trade going on here for the Chinese team already. No such thing from the NaBs boys team, unfortunately for them. No siege rams at this point either. We've got the siege onager upgrade going up here for Zupi. Can take a look at the top right side. That's where all the upgrades are being made. Still trying to get in slowly but surely. Is Loiza right here on the right side, but green player Xiong doing a nice job at stopping him from doing that. And at this point, the only thing that worries me is exactly what is going to happen here on the left side. There's no one here to stop Lix from just completely obliterating Pike once he gets to Imperial Age. Well, he is on Imperial Age. He will be waiting for those Paladins to come. He will be having a couple of siege rams there. Let me go into his point of view. Capped ram on the way. No siege rams so far, but they will be there very soon. Unfortunately for Pike, a very big fight happening once more right here on the right side. Let me see how will this fight go. We've got onagers from Zupi. Maybe those could do the difference here. Mr. Yo taking a little bit too long to start fighting. They need to go back, and I do feel like they need a couple of rams or trebuchets. There we go. Trebuchets from Loiza to start taking down that castle. A very good job is being done here by the NaBs boys teams. I feel like on the right side of the map, the left side is going to be a problem very soon, I'm afraid. Wonder himself is now up to Castle Age. As far as I can see, he still is concentrating on the trade. We'll be trying to sling a little bit more gold to his teammates, the ones that really need it. At this point, it's Zupi and Loiza. I do wonder what are the Chinese doing. Good thing for the 98 Boys teams, they're not going to the left side. They're still sticking to this point of the map, right here on the middle. And this is a very healthy amount of paladins by both Loiza and Love Chang. This is going to be a major fight once more. Loiza needs to wait for the elite Mangyudai from Zupi to come in, and they're right there around the corner. Siege Onager about to be completed. This could sort of be the tiebreaker between this 2v2 happening right here on the right side. Let's see if Zupi will be able to deliver a couple of nice shots with those Siege Onagers. Needs to be careful not to get too close to the Paladins. Well, this could be a very nice fight from him. The pauses, the lag are sort of increasing the tension here on this game. The Siege Onagers are still there. All of a sudden, it looks to me like Paladin has got a couple more. And of course, Zupi wants to make sure that the Onagers attack the Mangyudai and not the Paladins. That is what he's going to try and do. It's also to make sure that he does not hit his teammate. You can see what Yo is doing here, trying to flank around to snipe the Siege Onagers down. He lost a couple in the process. We'll be able to snipe down the remaining ones. But in the meanwhile, the Paladins and the Elite Mangyudai from Zupi are doing the job here. Looks like they are winning this fight as far as I can see. Barely any Paladins left from Love Chang. A couple more coming in the process though. So still very, very close right there. A castle going up here. It's rammed right on Pike's door. And what can they do? What can they do to stop this? I'm afraid not much. Pike is starting to move away his villagers. That's what he needs to do. While a little bit more, I feel like he needs to add a couple of layers to these walls right here. Exactly what Xiao Xiong was doing right here on the right side. And take a look at these walls. I wouldn't try to get in there. He even walled a Paladin from his teammate. Yeah, but there is no way he can go in from this side. That's for sure. The fight right here is still a little bit on a stalemate. Neither Yo nor Zupi are concentrating on that side. Everything that Pike wants to do now is just to delay this push as far as possible. He's on his way to Imperial Age. He's going to be the one with Spanish, so he could try to do a couple of Paladins. I'm not sure he's got the gold and he's got the economy. Let's try to take a look at that. He's got very nice resources. He's got really nice resources. He's probably getting a sling for someone else too. While we have the pause, let's try to understand that. Yep, Pike is getting a sling from someone, you can see. Yeah, left to be seen. Yeah, probably Wonder is slinging him at this point. That's what I can make from the statistics so far. The fight right here on the right side still pretty much on a stalemate. I do wonder where is Yo heading with these elite Mangyudais. They're finally giving up on that push on the right side. They try to concentrate somewhere else. There's an opening right here. That's what I can see, and I'm quite sure that Zupi was able to spot this. Nope, sir, that gate is not going to go up on time. Yep, and looks like there's an opening. There's a very good opening right here for Mr. Yo to just run in with those Mangyudais and start shooting at the trade. That, to be honest, is looking quite good for the 90s Boys team. There's quite a bit of trade going on for them. But these are a whole lot of Mangyudai. It's going to be really hard to stop them. I guess they're going to be happy that Yo is actually losing time killing villagers and not running into the trade, because that is going to give Zupi and Loiza enough time to get there and try to stop those elite Mangyudai from getting into the trade. The push here from Lix is still a slow one. Wonder he's doing exactly what Xinghua Xiaoxiang was doing on the right side, but in this side there are a couple of elite conquistadors, not elite, and those will be able to stop the villagers trying to re-wall behind. The mangonel is going to be very important. A castle will try to go up here. I don't think Yo is going to allow that to happen. I do wonder where are the Mangyudai from Zupi though. Zupi, what are your Mangyudai, sir? Your team needs your Mangyudai. I'm trying to find them. I can't see yet. They were a little bit misplaced right there. Looks like he lost a little bit too much time over here. He needs to go back with them. Bring them to the trade. Make sure that this raid is going to be stopped. But this is going to be so hard. So many trade cards dying. They've got the hill. This is such a good spot here for the Chinese to start attacking. Paladins from Loiza are not going to be enough to do the trick. He needs to wait for Zupi to come in with a couple of elite Mangyudai. Zupi on the way. Loiza losing too many Paladins in the process, in my opinion. Does feel to me like Zupi's got a couple more, but then again, it's going to be a 2v1 situation. I do feel like in the meanwhile there's not much stopping Licks from just running inside Wonder Space. The mangonels are there. Looks like he's doing the job. He's doing what he needs to do in order to stop it. The left side here being pushed as well. Pyke needs to do everything he can to stop it. And there's an opening now. I'm not sure the Licks realizes this. He's attacking on 2 different spots, but there's an opening right now. And does Pyke have... He's got Cavalier, so he will be able to stop this, I feel like. But what about the raid right here? What about the raid? Yeah, it's not looking too horrible. Not looking too horrible, I must say. It looks like Zupi was able to clean everything. A couple of Paladins are still left. But looks like those are manageable. I will try to take a look. Yeah, they feel like they lost too much trade. And taking a look at their... Oh, Zupi still got a very nice amount of resources, but I think they felt like the trade just died too much. There was just too much trade dying right there. Zupi was losing castles all the way across the map as well. And that is the GG. One of the... Okay, sir.